What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the midlife manhood show of the day. I am actually doing a little bit of a kind of part two episode to Are You Michael Jordan or Are You Scottie Pippen in your relationship? And I'm joined today by my boy Marcus, or excuse me, I don't want to say boy because you're a man. We have to get rid of those phrases, kind of like Michael on Good Times. Boy is a white racist word. So I'm pulling away from saying my boy, but my main man, Marcus. Go ahead and introduce yourself to the folks, man.
What it is, peeps, is Marq is coming from you live from Sao Paulo, Brazil. The place I have called home for about 7.5 years now, straight out of Detroit, Michigan. Yep. But here I am. What's going on with y'all?
Well, man, I mean, it's perfect because I had to do this show with you because one of the things, obviously on this channel, I want to talk about sports and everything, but it's always going to be sports in kind of that lens of also looking at not only race, but relationships. And today, I did, kind of just a quick vid where I looked as I'm watching the Last Dance documentary, and I'm watching Michael Jordan and I'm watching Scottie Pippen. And a lot of that came back to me on my relationships. Now, obviously, and I'm assuming you do not know Michael Jordan or Scottie Pippen personally. So anything we say about these guys today is just what we've grown up knowing. Outside of the fact, you from the D, I'm from the D. We know genetically we are supposed to hate Chicago Bulls. We're supposed to hate Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. However, we don't know their business like that. We're just going to base, what we talk on what we're seeing on The Last Dance, what we may see on the internet or whatever. But I think what we were able to see during this Last Dance documentary is maybe how these guys also function in relationships. I saw myself, and that's what kind of made me want to jump on the topic. And I'm going to assume there's probably a lot of other guys out there that if they really look at those two guys, they may see themselves as well. And you being the basketball guy, I didn't want to say anything about maybe Pippen relaying maybe how he handled relationships with how he was on the basketball court, because I can only speak what I assume on the relationship side. I know you know what's up on the basketball side with Pippen. So that's a little background for everybody on definitely why I had to have you on here as an authority on that topic.
Man, I'm really enjoying watching this Last Dance because, like I said, since the kids came into the picture, I just haven't been able to watch a whole lot of TV. So I got to learn about this documentary just watching other people talking about it on YouTube. So I'm like, then I figured out they have it on Netflix, and I've been like really glued to the TV. I'm up to episode 6 now. And I'm really looking forward to what they're going to be talking about in episode 6. So apparently they're going to get into the whole Scottie Pippen situation from, I think it was the 94 playoffs. And I'm really looking forward to that. And we were just talking about, what was it? Michael Jordan's a divorce from his first wife, Juanita. Mm-hmm. Now, and then you go into the idea of taking these guys off of the court and into their relationships. And I want to see how you want to tackle that, because we can look and say Scottie Pippen and look at what happened with him and his wife, but then damn, Jordan had to pay how much to his first wife?
I think it was about a little bit less than maybe 170 million. It was one of the top divorces in history, payouts in history with his wife.
So it's like, we can look at one of them as like a boss, a Batman and versus a Robin or whatever. But it's looking to me like and I haven't followed these guys in years. I'm going to tell you the truth. After Jordan retired the second time, I watched a few more years of the NBA, but I'm just not into professional sports the way that I used to. But I do remember that era. So watching this documentary is taking me back to that time. But I want to hear how you're going to dive into that and put it in the context of relationships.
Well, man, actually, and thanks, because that's a good lead in. And you actually made me think of something else. I think what makes this so unique, when a lot of this was going on, we were in our 20s, early 30s. And so when we heard a lot of these things happen on the headlines, you think about it maybe just from that sports angle. But now that we're older, and especially to go back and watch this documentary, or at least I'm perceiving it now, like thinking about it from that relationship line. And so the point that I made in the previous video, which is where I want to start from. is that we see Michael Jordan is a win at all cost kind of guy. No matter
Mm-hmm.
what, even if he had to make something up about you, he used that as his catalyst to destroy you when the next time he faced you. It was motivation to make himself better. Whereas Scottie Pippen was a nice guy. It was funny when back in the day when I was younger watching this, I never thought, like say, you're in Detroit, you're just not supposed to like the Bulls. And so Scottie Pippen just came off as kind of a quiet, arrogant dude. But now that I'm older, I'm seeing Scottie Pippen and I'm like, man, he look like he'd be a cool dude to hang out with. Until. And so I'll say going through those episodes, I'm like, man, Scottie Pippen he look pretty cool now. He's a cool guy. And then in episode 6, spoiler alert for you, episode 6, we've already heard about Scottie Pippen coming out of the game because of migraines. He said he was seeing double. I get it. I'm not a migraine sufferer, okay, but I get it. But then you find out that in an important playoff game, Phil Jackson calls the play to go to Tony Kukoc, and this is when Jordan had retired and gone over to baseball. Scottie Pippen had led the Bulls during this entire time. Now, Scottie Pippen is upset that Phil Jackson gives the play to Tony Kukoc, and he's going to have the opportunity to hit the game-winning shot. And then basically, Scottie sits on the bench like a kid, like, no, I'm not going in. And so, they go through that, and you realize, like, man, what a punk move that is. But here's the thing, and then this is the foundation of what I'm saying. If I put that in terms of with relationships, I'm like, wow, Scottie Pippen comes across as a cool, real nice guy. But then, and maybe this is just the way The Last Dance is kind of portraying him like kind of a reality show does. I'm not sure. But as you watch this documentary, you almost see Scottie Pippen always kind of has this underlying subtext where he's not that nice of a guy. And it made me think back to when I read the book that really changed a lot of things for me. And no, I need to set up an Amazon affiliate link because as many people as I referred to this book, Dr. Glover's, when he wrote the book, No More Mr. Nice Guy, Robert Glover. I mean, that book was all about how nice guys set you up. And that's how I was. Nice guys want ladies, particularly, to see how nice they are, to give them that kind of respect. Because, look, I treated you well all these years, or, look, I held the door open for you. Look what I do to you. You need to just treat me like a real good guy. Because, look, my mama told me to be a nice guy. My mama told me never to date more than one girl. My mama told me to make sure I take care of a woman. My mama told me to treat her far better than the way daddy treated her, but yet she married daddy. So all of that being said, but a nice guy does it, not because he's nice. It's because he's expecting something in return. And you realize that Scottie Pippen seems to be always expecting something in return, from the Bulls. Pay me. But he didn't say, hey, pay me my money. He just said, I'm not going to have my surgery until the season gets close to starting. And I think he missed like 35 games instead of having it early like others wanted. Scottie Pippen, instead of saying, hey, I want to lead the team, but I'm all about the team winning. So if someone else does, fine, but I know I'm the leader. Instead, he sulks because it's like, y'all supposed to recognize that I'm the best player on the team now. And oftentimes that's how nice dudes are in a relationship. Whereas Jordan, you know what you're getting with Jordan 24/7. Go ahead, man, jump in.
Man, dude, when I looked at, okay, first of all, let me just, I remember that because I was still watching basketball at that time. We talking about the 94 season after Jordan retired the first time. It was like a shock to everybody. And I just remember when that play went down, Scottie Pippen did well when Jordan retired. I think the Bulls went 55-27 the year after Jordan retired. So he stepped up and showed that he could be a leader. He did the same without Jordan as Jordan did until Pippen stepped up. So it was almost like they were even in that way. But this is the other thing that I noticed here. And this can be played in the context of relationships. I almost see Scottie Pippen as a guy who just read, say, for example, a Iceberg Slim book, right? He used to be babyface. Now he has read an Iceberg Slim book. He was like, yeah, this is how I'm going to be treating these, these B's and H's, right? But he's not quite ready to do that yet. He still has that blue pill in him, but he's trying to make the transition into the red pill, and he hasn't done it yet.
Ooh.
Now, look at going back to 94. and I said this before, Jordan did this before he retired, and then when he came back the second time. Jordan played all of those years as the man in Chicago. He's the man who's going to take the shot. He's the one who's going to will the Bulls to victory no matter what. He showed he could do that. He proved he could do that. And so when the time came for him to be able to bring his other teammates into the game, he was ready to do that. We saw that several times when he dished the ball off to John Paxson in the first series with the Lakers. There was other times when he dished the ball out to Steve Kerr. He was like, I'm so much the man that I can share this with my other teammates and let them knock you out, right? Scottie Pippen gets the chance to do that, and he couldn't do it. Here's my point. He had the opportunity to be the big man and saying, I'm so big, I can let one of my boys knock y'all out. Instead, says, no, I'm supposed to be the man. How you gonna Jordan passed the baton to me. And it was like, he's not ready yet. I'm gonna tell you the truth. When I remember that play, I still remember it. I didn't have the confidence in Scottie Pippen hitting that shot. I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I was Phil Jackson, and that he made the right call for a shot from the top of the key where it was gonna be, I would not have felt comfortable with Scottie Pippen taking that shot. That's me personal, right? He had the opportunity to show that he was a leader, and he failed his team at that point.